morning students, we are back with the second part of our video. Myself, Mrs. Naira Sheikh, your EVS2 teacher, has come up with the second part of our EVS2 lesson. Our lesson's name is Shivaji's Education. In our earlier video, we had seen about the birth of Shivaji that had taken place on the Shivneri fort. Then later we had learnt that when Shivaji had become 7 years old, he had become skilled in art, reading and writing, and he began to read stories from the Ramayana, Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita on his own. When Shivaji returned back to Pune with Jijabai, what did he see? He seen that the situation in Pune had totally changed. How Pune was earlier, it had totally changed from that now. Pune was not a very big place at that time, students. But when he returned and he seen the condition of Pune, he seen all the crops were devastated. There was only jungle to be seen everywhere. Houses were burnt. There were barren fields. The temples were totally broken. Looking at this, he felt very bad. And when the people round in Pune came to know that Jijabai and Shivaji Maharaj have come back to Pune, they were very happy. And Jijabai had reassured the people that she will get Pune back to its original condition as it was earlier. And we can see that, students, in the slide, that she repaired all the old temples. Everything that was broken was all furnished again, it was ready again. And that made the people have more of trust in Jijabai and in Shivaji Maharaj. Now we move ahead with the chapter, students. The achievement of Dadaji Kondev. When Jijabai and Shivaji were in Karnataka, Dadaji Kondev looked after the Pune Jagir. Dadaji Kondev, who was he? He was the Subedar of Kundana as well. And he was a very faithful person. He was strict, he was efficient. Efficient means a person who makes very less mistakes or no mistakes at all. A person who completes his work assigned to him on the given time. He was also a just and a strict disciplinarian. He served with devotion. At about this time, a big vada or a residence was built in Pune by the orders of Shahaji Raje. So who had told to build this vada or the residence, student? Shahaji Raje had told. And what was it named as? It was named as Lal Mahal. To encourage the peasants to till their lands, Dadaji Kundev gave concession in the land tax for a few years. For few years he gave them concession. Concession means he gave them lease. He allowed them to, escape their or not to pay the land tax for a few years or pay a less amount of the tax. He offered prizes for destroying the wolves which infested the countryside and harassed the peasants. He also gave them prizes. So people were more motivated that now if they kill the wolves, they will earn money. So what plan did the people make now? They made a plan of forming groups. And many people at one time used to attack on the wolf and kill the wolf and get rewards for that. So this one quality that was there in Dadaji Kondev was really worth appreciating. He raised the peasant patrols to protect life and property from gangs and thieves. So he encouraged people that they form groups and they keep a watch that there is no robbery in the place happening around, so that no property is also destroyed or neither anyone loses anything. He fixed land revenue according to the quality of soil. So he decided of fixing the land revenue, keeping a fixed amount for it. He thus made the people very happy. In fields of agricultural reform and revenue collection, the work was done by Dadaji Kondev, and Nizam Shah, Wazir Malik Ambar was also considered to be very important. Shivaji's education. When Shivaji returned to Pune, his education continued under the supervision of Jijabai. When Jijabai and Shivaji returned from Bangalore, they were accompanied by intelligent teachers sent by Shahaji Raje. They taught Shivaji many sciences. Now, what type of things did they teach Shivaji? I will tell you, students. They taught Shivaji many sciences, branches of learning, and languages. Shivaji acquired the knowledge of excellent administration, war tactics, fort architecture, selection of horses and elephants, ways of escaping from the difficult enemy territories, and many more things. This made Shivaji's mother Jijabai very happy to see her own son Shivaji's progress. Now we move ahead, students. Veermata Jijabai. What Veermata Jijabai taught Shivaji? Now first of all, students, we need to know who was Jijabai. Was she a normal person? No, not at all. Jijabai was the daughter of Sardar Lakhuji Rao Zadav and the wife of the brave and valiant Shahaji Raje. So she was the daughter of Lakhuji Rao Zadav. And who was she of Shahaji Raje? Correct. She was Shahaji Raje's wife. And whose mother was she? She was Shivaji Maharaj's mother. She had the knowledge of politics and warfare from her infancy. That means when she was a very small child itself, she had gained knowledge about warfare and politics. In her was witnessed the confluence of the martial traditions of the famous houses of the Jadavs and the Bhosles. So she had the characteristics in her for both of the Jadavs also and of the Bhosles as well. She was a freedom-loving person with a great sense of pride. She learned the better experiences and that how much a Maratha Sardar displayed valor is not appreciated in the court of the sultans. So she was aware that how much ever brave a Maratha Sardar would be, still it was not appreciated by the sultans. She also had to bear the shock of the death of her father, Lakhuji Rao Zadav, in the court of Nizam Shah. She had taken a resolve, that means a resolution she had taken, that she would see to it that her son Shivaji Maharaj does not work for others. Instead, he has his own rule, and his rule would be known as Swaraj, the rule of the people. The people living in the Mawal region were known as Mawlas. They were loyal and hardworking. As well, they were quick-footed. That means they were very quick into their movement. No one could surpass them by their hardiness. Although they were so swift-footed, still the Sultan used to harass them, he used to trouble them. The armies of the Sultan used to plunder their villages, forcing the people to abandon their places. So what was done by them? He used to go on forcing the people to leave their places. Abandon means to leave. Nobody cared for them. Shivaji Maharaj yearned to do something for these poor people. So Shivaji Maharaj felt very bad looking at these people's plight. So he decided to do something for them. On returning home, Shivaji would talk to his mother, Jijabai. So he would always speak to Jijabai and tell her everything that he used to witness in the entire day. Jijabai would say, Shri Ram Chandra and his ancestor of the Bhosles, Rama killed Ravan and made his people happy. So he said, she told him, if Rama could kill Ravan and make his people happy, then why can't you? You are also the ancestor. The ancestor of the Jadavs is Shri Krishna. He killed Kans and brought relief to his people. So Kans used to ill-treat the people. So what did Shri Krishna do? He put an end to Kans so that people would be happy. These words of Jijabai were a source of inspiration to Shivaji. So hearing these words of Jijabai, he used to get inspired, he used to feel happy, even he wanted to behave in the same manner with his people. He would remember the brave deeds of heroes of the past like Rama, Krishna, Bhim, Arjun. He thought that he should become courageous and brave like these heroes of old. So even he wanted to become as brave and as courageous as them. The new regime of Shivaji Maharaj. In Pune, the new regime of Shivaji Maharaj began under the guidance of Jijabai. So Jijabai was the person who used to guide Shivaji Maharaj as to what decision is correct or what can harm Swaraj in any way. Shahaji Raje had already made preparations for this when Shahaji Raje sent Shivaji from Bangalore to Pune. He sent some very powerful and prestigious people with him. So we had learnt earlier when they had shifted, when Jijabai and Shivaji Maharaj had shifted from Bangalore to Pune, what did they bring along with them? I had told you students, they had bought many elephants, horses, quick-footed people, and also the very intelligent scholars along with them and come. Correct? That they were Samraj Nilkant Peshwe, Bal Krishna, Hanamante, Mazumdar, Malkonji Dhatonde Sarnobat, Raghunath Balal the Sabnis, Sanopant the Dabir. These were all the able men fit to administer an independent kingdom. Shahaji Raje had specially deputed them. He had sent them specially to help Shivaji govern his Jagir efficiently with their help. Shivaji began to administer the Jagir to attend to the people's grievances. So Shivaji Maharaj now, students, began to keep a watch on all the people's troubles and see how he can solve their problems. Those who inflicted injustice upon the riot were punished. All those people who were doing evil deeds were punished in some way or the other. In a way, Shahaji Raje's Jagir was undergoing a transformation. Transformation means a change. The Mavlas got a glimpse of the futures. So looking at the situation, how Shahaji Raje's Jagir is changing, the Mavlas, they came to know about how their future would be. Swaraj, it was as if they were the dawn of Swaraj, the beginning of Swaraj. Shivaji's marriage. Now students, Shivaji had become very capable to administer his entire kingdom. But do you know that during those days, people got married at a very early age. So when the children were small itself, they used to get them married. So Jijabai wanted Shivba also to get married. She found a girl also for him. And what was her name? Correct. Her name was Saibai. Saibai came from the Nimbalkar family of Paltan. So she belonged to the Nimbalkars. The marriage was celebrated with great splendor. Splendor means with great enthusiasm, with a very, as though it was a festival, it was celebrated in that manner. Students, I hope you have understood this chapter. We have completed it today. I would now request everyone to kindly subscribe to our channel to avail further notifications of the upcoming videos. Thank you and have a nice day.